live worldwide on DAZN. Let's now welcome to the ring our chief support participants. First, we will welcome the defending champion, Ekow Essuman.
Decked in his usual mask, this man deserves this night. The engine revving into Tottenham from his beloved Nottingham Forest, and he's in the form of his life. The much admired but still underrated Ekow Essuman, whose tight-knit team have quietly produced a wonderful 10-stone 7 man. And there's real momentum, those fan-friendly fights with Owen Cooper, with Ben Bourne, and a breakout victory across enemy lines, beating Josh Taylor in Scotland in May. He's tough, he's skilled, Darren, and he's non-stop.
He's relentless, he really is. Slow start, I guess, for his standards against Josh Taylor. Not taking anything away from Taylor, but he got going, didn't he? Found his second win, and once he finds it, he does not stop.
And now let's welcome the challenger, Jack Elgato Catterall.
The familiar ring walk music and a crucial hour ahead in the intriguing 13-year career of Chorley's engaging Elgato. 80% of you on the fan zone believe in him tonight. We've seen him shine, we've seen him robbed, we've seen him underwhelm us and surprise us. He's a silky southpaw with a real boxing brain. At 32, he left Jamie Moore for Bosie Ennis, looking for an additional edge. At this stage of his career, he's desperate to become a world champion. He's really popular, but he needs a major statement, Barry.
Yeah, he does, just to remind people how good he is, that he still is world class and can still challenge and possibly win a world title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 rounds, and it will be for the WBO Global Welterweight Championship. Brought to you by Riyadh Season, Sella, Ring Magazine, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Ben Shalom for Boxer, in association with Frank Warren for Queensberry. Along with their great sponsors, Everlast, BYD, Cleans, Movember, Mr. Q Casino, and Betfred. A big thanks to those great sponsors. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Steward in Charge Guy Williamson, along with the World Boxing Organization President Gustavo Olivetti, Supervisor John Handelar. Our 3 judges assigned will be Marcus McDonald of England, Matteo Montella of Italy, and Stefan Nicolo of Monaco. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be John Latham of England. Introducing first, the defending champion. Fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing gold with purple and white, and weighed in officially at 146.5 pounds. Coming to us from Nottingham, England, he has a professional record of 22 wins, just 1 defeat, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ranked number 10 by Ring Magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending WBO Global Welterweight Champion, Ekow the Engine Essuman. And his opponent across the ring, he is the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with silver and weighed in officially at 146.7 pounds. Hailing from Chorley, Lancashire, England, he has a professional record of 31 wins, 2 defeats, with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former world title challenger, Jack Catterall.
Atmosphere really building here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The hors d'oeuvre ahead of the magic main event.
Come on, chaps.
Taking their time in the Nottingham corner. John Latham bringing them together.
Right, lads, you know, expect from you both, you obey the instructions at all times. When I tell you to break, you both break clean. Defend yourselves at all times, and the best luck to you both. Touch loves.
Crackling Chiefs support on this mega sporting night in North London, pitting two very experienced British fighters at welterweight together. 56 outings between them, and they got 53 victories over many years at elite level. But major stakes now. The winner of Jack Catterall and Ekow Essuman, well, they will surely get a crack at a world title. The purple and white and yellow of Essuman. He's 36 now, but what form he's found at this stage of his career. And Jack Catterall, well, Darren, we know how good he can be.
Yeah, a very good fighter. He really is. Be interested to see what implements and what changes Ennis may try and put into the style of Catterall. I don't think it'll be loads, if I'm honest. I think just build on what he has, and what he does have is a very good base, nice jab. Works the left hand of his really well. Essuman on the flip side, he's just found what works for him, hasn't he? He's busy, he can be awkward at times, and Barry, he's also physically strong.
Yeah, he is, and I think you know, going back to Ennis and Catterall, it's that dynamic. It's, you know, you can't change him. I mean, you'd be stupid to change him. But just when he does come to you, a bit more just weight on the shots, a bit more snap on the shots. That's all. Sometimes he touches the target and makes you miss again. But I mean, you just want to make a bit more of an impact when you do make a miss to make him pay. And I think certainly for Essuman here, he has got to push the pace. But if he just walks on the catcher, it's going to be an easy night to catcher. So he's got to try and do it intelligently, which he does quite often. But you can't let Catterall get into a rhythm. If you let him get into a rhythm, it's day over.
You're bang on there, Barry. It's all about the rhythm with Jack Catterall. I think he started really fast here. Feet are moving well. He's in and out of range. And Ekow Essuman has just got to make sure he pins Catterall into corners and slows the legs down and doesn't let him get in his groove.
And it's the same for Essuman. Completely different the way he does it, but his rhythm is so important. The way he gets busy, and you know, there's lots of feints with the feet and the hands, and lots of jerky movements. Then he'll jump in with sort of unorthodox combinations.
And he grows into fights. Excellent back half against Josh Taylor, wasn't he? Really good in the spring, trying to get the right hand going, centering Essuman. You can see the tactics already from both corners.
But Catterall doesn't fight with the intensity of a Taylor. So you've got to make him work harder to get to what you like to do, push the second half of the fight for that to go into play.
I'd say this is a little bit busier than usual from Catterall, ever so slightly. I
And I think that has been a slight criticism that he can switch off and be negative at times, but he's on the mark here in the opener, Jack Catterall.
Coming straight to you, right? Yeah. So when you keep on jabbing, you jabbing good, but don't back up. Jab and move in close, right? Yeah. When he come in, look, the uppercut there, bring the hook back with it, come back with another shot. Okay. You hit him with a couple good shots. Yeah. Keep stabbing the body though. Yeah, yeah. Keep stabbing the body, everything behind the jab. Okay. You know what I mean? Yo, if we go to your left, bring your left hook with it. If we go to that left, you know what I mean? The jab, don't forget that right hook. That right hook right there, that was the turning, good shot. What we doing in the back room. Okay. That's good. You got that first round. All day long, man. He coming to you, so when he come, meet him. Pop, pop. He coming right, he run right to that shot. Yeah. Jab.
Jason Statham, Thierry Henry, big names joining us at ringside. I think Thierry's not the only footballer. I've heard a lot of names sprinkled around the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Are going to be some real stars. They're coming in. They've got Jack Catterall and Ekow Essuman first, and then it is the rematch we've all been waiting for. The black trucks here of El Gato. Fight number 34 for him. That's the 24th for Ekow Essuman. Good start from Catterall. Bozienis in the corner said, yep, he's got that round. Stabbed the jab, head and body. And he's taken himself away, hasn't he, Catterall, from his beautiful family to get out to America and improve in whatever way he can.
Joe, what it shows me, Adam, is there's still lots of ambition left for Catterall. Really desperate. I spoke to him recently, you know, the goal remains. He wants to be a world champion, you know, many feel he should have been. So that's what he's striving for. And, you know, in order to do that, you need to make sacrifices.
But he was so tight with Jamie Moore over years and years. They're still great mates. It hasn't been a sort of hard divorce, has it? He's just gone out there and learned something in the States.
Yeah, but it's hard to make that break, isn't it? You know, because you do take it personal, whoever you are. No, I'm sure they're fine, but it's hard to make that break, and I think it does. Sometimes it's a different voice telling you the same thing. Sometimes you just need a little new injection, and that's all it is. It's nothing to do with they're not good coaches, just a different voice.
Yeah, what a great job they've done, Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis.
But he's with a good guy now, you would think. I mean, judging on how good Boots is, of course. And
absolutely, Boots' dad, Bozienis, great trainer in the States.
I like this start from Catterall. He looks loose, he looks relaxed. The shots are flowing nicely. He's a bit more active than we're used to seeing.
He's not leaning so far back as he normally does. And that, again, that all gives him a chance to counter with a bit more authority.
Loose and languid as well, and at ease, and feet moving well, judging the distance here. Jack Catterall, and Ekow Essuman can't quite get his hooks off.
He needs to get his foot on the outside and start sort of turning that lead hand into almost a long hook. Just get round that right hand of Catterall's.
But his hands are nice and high here, Essuman. That's what I like about him. He always keeps his form. Good shot there from Catterall. A nice little long looping left hook.
Can't get his jab flowing. Ekow. This is a sweet start from Jack Catterall. A lovely exhibition.
And the right pace that he likes to fight at.
And there's the jab to the body that Ennis was talking about in the corner. And again, Essuman out of range. They've got work to do in this blue corner, the tight-knit Nottingham crew.
How you feel? Good. Yeah. You got him bleeding, blood on you. Yo, that's good, but you gotta follow through. Okay. You throwing the 1-2, rip the body after that. Boom, boom. See, every time you jab, right, he'll come in and try to counter. So jab and fake, and let him come in. Pop, pop. And catch him coming in. But everything got to be go behind that jab, man. Everything behind the jab.
Let's get some angles too, Jack. Let's
Give me some.
need some angles, Jack.
Yeah. I told you cut it. You
You're
cut it.
good. You need some
He cut.
angles, though. Now, I mean,
Just
you
work on that cut. Yeah.
He can't get around that jab. Cut.
Yeah.
Work on that cut, Jack.
Deeper. I want you to double and triple that jab when you go close.
He is Derek, just like Bomac is Brian. They do have real first names as well, don't they, these tracks? It's brilliant, isn't it? The nicknames in boxing.
I want one.
I got loads for you.
Dazzling Darren Baker.
You're
A long
giving
time
me
ago.
Darren Baker.
Third round here. The gold and purple of Ekow Essuman, the 36-year-old. He's a family man. Great guy from Nottingham and in great form as well. But he's lost the first couple here against the slick southpaw from Chorley, now based in America, Jack Catterall.
But we did see this, didn't we, against Catterall's arch enemy and Josh Taylor. It was a good start from Taylor. Back come Essuman.
Well, he's the engine for a reason. I'm spending a bit of time with Ekow's camp this week, and they know they're the underdog here, but they believe that their man's the natural welterweight that'll do the distance better, and that Catterall can be beaten in the latter rounds. But it's a very fresh-looking Jack Catterall at 32. I wonder what Jamie Moore's thinking. I'm sure he's pleased. He wants to see Catterall go and win a world title, of course.
Yeah, and again, I go back to that point that if you've got to make him work hard for your strengths to pay dividends in the later rounds, and at the minute, Catterall is still controlling the pace.
Yeah, looking good, well balanced, picking the shots well.
Sorry, Darren, it's that pouring with the right hand, isn't it? It puts you off all the time.
Yeah, look at the total punches landed. Only 2 rounds, but lots of red there. 20 to the 7 of Essuman.
He won't get frustrated, Ekow Essuman. He's used to these long, hard fights, but Catterall picking his punches well, going onto the front foot when he needs to. It's a very active Jack Catterall.
That's the word. You know, he's active. He's busy. He's even when he's not throwing, lots of feints with the hands, with the feet. It sort of stops Essuman from doing what he does best, and that's really getting going.
Backhand to the body as well from Catterall. And his team have been saying they believe Ekow Essuman's made for him. These two have sparred a couple of times before Essuman fought Josh Taylor.
That's the one idea there from Essuman. He didn't quite come off, but slip into when the jab went, he turned his head to the left and threw the right hand on the middle.
Nice step as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Just taking him into that safe zone, if you like, as he threw that right hand.
Catterall does so well with that dipping down. He doesn't go below the waist, but he dips down out the distance.
Look at that wonderful southpaw jab, 4 or 5 times. Sometimes he flicks it, sometimes he lands it. Bit of blood from the nose of Ekow Essuman. 3-0 to Jack Catterall. He's been a joy to watch so far. And the blood's pouring from Ekow Essuman's nose. Chris Eubank Jr. You can't read much into that body language. He doesn't give it away, does he? But he's had a very, very good and hard training camp with Bomac. And Conor Benn has looked much more relaxed and at ease. There's a different Conor Benn this time. He's not as riled, he's not as furious, as angry. He's looked good to me.
Well, as you can see, the shots are shown in the arena here, in the stadium, sorry, and it's Conor Benn who's the fan favourite here.
But he's the big fan favourite. Nigel, his dad, was as well. I was a Chris Eubank senior fan when I was a teenager. I like the theatrics and the nonsense, and both great fighters, of course. 2-weight world champions, the dads, and their sons do battle again straight after this one. Round 4, Jack Catterall boxing really well against Ekow Essuman, who's got to change something here.
He's come out and trying to be a little more forceful here, Essuman, and he needs to do that, but that just might play into Catterall's hands. But a nice jab there from Essuman. Just like always like to double up with the punches.
there's a cut. I don't know if it's from the nose or on the bridge of the nose of Essuman.
He's on the bridge.
Blood coming down, good body shot from Catterall. Very, very sharp here. The man from Chorley just walking into punches.
You're right there, Adam. He's using the momentum really well, Catterall, of Essuman, just to walk him onto the shots.
Yeah, the cut from the bridge of the nose. I think there's blood in the nose as well coming down, and he doesn't want that broken. Ekow Essuman, the engine.
With Catterall not sitting too far back on that back foot, there's so much more weight on the shot, isn't it?
Yeah. He's more centred, isn't he, with that balance?
But still being able to evade quite comfortable.
Yeah.
Again, because there's a little, you see it there, he's a little step back with the feet. Rather than, because he used to have a wider stance, didn't he, and be more engaged on that back leg.
And those headline fights in Manchester beating Regis Prograis, and then didn't beat Arnold Barboza Jr. It was a flat performance. Jack was really annoyed about that. Then we had the Harlem Eubank one, which was a bit of a no-show because of the clash, and he needed to perform tonight. So far, so good for Catterall and his fans, but Ekow Essuman is one tough warrior.
And we said that earlier in the evening with Ishmael Davis, desperate, and he needed to win, and we're seeing it here with Catterall. He understands he needs to get a win this evening.
Good from Essuman there. Two missed, but that one right hand landed clean. Not enough weight on the shot, but that's the only thing that really trouble Catterall. We've got to try and get him out of his rhythm, a little bit more power, I think.
Closing the distance, Essuman, and if he can use his physical advantage as the natural. Oh, he just walks into a beautiful counter, and Jack Catterall lays out Ekow Essuman, who does well to get to his feet. That was a heavy fall. 25 seconds left in the fourth. Jack Catterall on the verge of a stunning victory here at Tottenham Hotspur. He's been punch perfect through 4 rounds, and Ekow Essuman has to survive 10 seconds to the bell. Essuman's been down in his career, and he's in real trouble here. Jack Catterall a couple of punches away, but the bell is going to come, and Essuman makes it back to his corner. What drama here in the chief support.
Wow, Jack Catterall is looking very, very good, menacing, dangerous, spiteful with the work. He's busy.
Zoned in, isn't he? There's a lovely right, look at that long right hook and then a left uppercut then just to knock him over. But the first shot for me does the damage. It's a long muscle, beautifully timed over that left hand, hits him on the temple, and as he moves through his right then, hits him with that beautiful uppercut. It's a great shot.
Again, using the momentum of Essuman, that was stunning. Really using.
But it's he would do that so many times in other contests, but it's, like you said, he's more centered where his body positions. I mean, when you turn into the shot, you're not like taking the sting away. Your body's going through the shots.
Oh, look at that! It's the head clash that causes damage to the nose, instant. But yeah, this is very good from Catterall at the minute, Adam.
Ekow Essuman didn't need that nose damage. Down heavily at the end of the fourth, and Catterall's pouncing.
Oh, good uppercut.
Here he comes, El Gato. Can Essuman stay with him?
It's funny, you have domestic fighters fight each other, but there's a very good domestic fighter here against a world-class fighter. That's the difference.
Well, Jack Catterall is proving a point tonight, and now he wants the finish. Only 13 knockouts in the 31 victories, but the way he's boxing tonight, and he knows that Essuman is there to be taken. Power punches landed.
Look at the total punches thrown. We're not used to seeing that with Catterall. Very busy.
The variety is excellent, the balance is spot on. The attitude tonight from Catterall as well. Body shot. He's boxing really, really well.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, he threw a lazy jab there, Essuman. He cannot afford to do that.
These left hands are doing big damage. Essuman bravely swings back, but you feel just one more shot through the middle could have Essuman going again.
He's walking on the shots here, Essuman, and he knows he's being timed, but he's still brave enough to come forward.
Oh, he's very brave, a really courageous fighter. He's only got 8 knockouts of his own, so he normally has to go long and deep into fights. Essuman, there's nothing wrong with his heart. That was a really heavy knockdown that he got up from.
Yeah, it was, yeah. He's come out in this round, trying to push the pace in. Still walking on the shots. Beautifully timed there again.
That seemed to stun him for a second, that left hand.
Do you know what there's been tonight with Azim and Ismail Davis as well? Jack Catterall, some spite too, to make a statement in front of His Excellency on the big stadium show. These guys are taking their chances.
Yeah, here's your platform. Go ahead, grab it. Go take the treasure, take the gold.
Jack Catterall's looking like a golden fighter tonight. We all thought he should have been a world champion in that fight with Josh Taylor in Scotland. He beat him in the rematch and got the decision. But it's the world championship he wants now, up at welterweight. Can Ekow Essuman find any way back into this?
He's trying. He's trying to creep forward. He's trying to get busy. Seems to have recovered now.
Good work from Essuman when he gets in close.
I think Catterall's heading back in. He hasn't won the round, Essuman, but Catterall's heading back into the fight a little bit here.
Wow. Great action tonight at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Saturday, December the 20th. It's Ghana. What an adventure for Matchroom. Spider's back. Craig Richards and Dan Aziz. A great matchup. Can't wait for that. Live on DAZN, December absolutely packed. January too. And look who's in the house. Well, along with Alexander Usyk, the standout fighter of this generation, it's Bud Crawford on the back of his stunning win over Canelo. And of course, part of the camp with Bo Mack. Terence Crawford, who fought Ricky Burns all those years ago in Scotland. Who'd have thought he could become a multi-weight champion and an absolute legend of the sport? He was brilliant, wasn't he, against Canelo?
Yeah, he was punch perfect. Exceptional performance, it really was. So far, it's been that for Jack Catterall. As Barry said, though, let Essuman back into the second half of that round 5.
Well, he's done really well, Ekow Essuman. Outboxed for 3-4 rounds, down heavily at the end of the 4th. Still walking into shots, but trying ever so hard to land his own and slow down the rhythm of Catterall.
And this is where the corner of Catterall got to keep on at him, keep on his case.
There's another left hand there, seemed to stagger Essuman.
It's the timing, isn't it, when he walks on a bit straight on, Darren.
You can see the elbows and the guard at times are a little wide, and that's why he's managed to find that left hand, Catterall.
Well, there again, Catterall. Slightly low, said John Latham, keep them up. Essuman back into the range where he can throw his hooks and use his physicality.
It's good effort from Essuman. You've got to be honest. He's not having much success at all. He's still looking to push the pace, still trying to get the punches on target.
And something shot learned from Catterall. Ekow Essuman did some good work, and I just wonder if he's got the extra dig in there too, Jack.
Yeah, but without a shadow of doubt, we've seen that. But this is definitely something that Essuman could build on. But that's brilliant work. 3 shots, stunning on the back foot.
But they all come on different angles.
Yeah.
The 2 of them were diagonal. One went up, one went down.
Barrington Brown and the boys in the corner. What are they going to do here? Catterall teeing off on Ekow Essuman. He's got to get those shoulders moving. There's a cut, I think, on the right eye as well for the Nottingham 36-year-old. He's had so much good momentum coming into this, but Catterall has stung him, hurt him, outboxed him.
Yeah, he's just up against a guy with just his timing is so good, Catterall, that all of Essuman's efforts are just being not wasted, but he's just having no rewards.
It's like that upright eye is looking, they're starting to close a little as well.
So that protector's almost up by his chest.
Essuman trying to get that jab going. Can he drag Catterall late here? Just stick in there. The Engine, remember his nickname, Essuman. He doesn't give up easily, and he's holding firm. But this has been an absolutely super first half of the fight for Jack Catterall. Let's get Tony and Carl's thoughts with Jamie.
Yep, first fight for Jack Catterall, Carl, under new trainer Bozy Ennis. What do you make of what you're seeing here so far?
It's a more aggressive Jack. I like what I'm seeing. I think it's a lot more exciting. He's in control of the fight, but that was a good round, I thought, for Ekow. And we Ekow the Engine. He comes on strong towards the end. Jack will just have to be careful, get back to his boxing, and not let him win anything. I actually give Ekow that last round and the first round of giving to the fight.
Tony, have the two styles gelled pretty much how you expected them to?
Exactly, spot on. I think Essuman's style is a come forward approach. He's not called the Engine for nothing. And as for Jack, the knockdown was two perfectly big punches. You know, Essuman got up and is able to continue down to his serious levels of fitness. That's what got him off the floor. Great fight, enjoying it. I'm scoring it the same as Carl.
6 rounds down then, 6 to go here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yep, boys are enjoying it. Crowd has really filled up. The celebrities in, and it's packed. 65,000 expected here. His Excellency in the front row, Barry and Eddie Hearn there. And Barry Jones, of course, as always, alongside us.
That damaged eye could be a real problem for Essuman. If he starts finding the home for that left hand a bit more frequently, that's only going to worsen.
I think it's not the only problem. Jack Catterall's sweet fists are there, but Ekow Essuman certainly had a better 6th round. It will give the team something to work on, but Catterall's still looking sharp.
I think Catterall's reverted back to type a little bit in the last couple of rounds. I really think, not negative, I wouldn't say, but not as. I think he could have pushed the pace a bit and could have turned the screw, and he's just waiting a little bit too long. He's still winning the rounds and having success, or arguably could have lost that last round, as Carl said, but I think it's his doing more than the effort of Essuman, which has been fantastic, but still he's making enough mistakes for Catterall to push him back a little bit more.
Always had good skills, Ekow Essuman, but really known for his reserves, his fitness, his strength and his tenacity. Going to the body, Catterall trying the uppercut again.
That eye's closed now, isn't it? That right side there of Essuman.
It doesn't look good, Barry.
There's a cut to the right eye of Catterall.
Yep, there's a lot of blood in there. Bridge of the nose, Essuman's eye, but look at this from the Nottingham fighter. He's seen the cut to the right eye of Jack Catterall, and it spurred him on.
Oh, shots.
Lovely right hook.
Combinations back from Catterall. This one really warming up in the 7th round. We asked if there was a way back for Essuman. I mean, he's a really brave guy.
He's tough and he's relentless if you allow him to, but Catterall is a bit more stubborn now. He's firing back.
That right eye is closing like Chris Eubank Sr.'s went against Carl Thompson. Same sort of thing. He's not going to be able to see out of that in a couple of rounds, Ekow Essuman. That's a big problem.
Oh, good shot there from Essuman. Lovely right hand.
Body shots. Catterall shakes his head. Essuman coming on strong and might know he needs to now.
He's panicking a bit, Catterall, with that cut.
Well, it's all been so good from Catterall, but it is a 12-round championship fight. WBO global title on the line. Really, it's just a stepping stone to a world title. Good work from Essuman, who's come back in these last couple of rounds and caused problems.
Yeah, Kerry Kay's got some work to do in the Catterall corner.
Suddenly it's a bit ragged, Jack Catterall, and Ekow Essuman finding some form at last.
Yo, you can get him out of here, man. Put that shit together, man. Yeah. Go to the body and go to the head. That's straight shots. You closing that eye.
Just seeing there, looks like that cut for Catterall is just right around the side of the cut, but there's that lovely right hand from Essuman, who's definitely, Barry, getting into this contest.
Yeah, he is, and momentum's a funny thing, because with momentum you get more confidence, you get a little bit sharper, and I think that's what's happened here. I think the 2 rounds previous, I think Catterall just reverted back to type a bit, was a little bit just happy to sit back on that back foot, and that allowed Essuman to get a little more positive, a little more forceful. And these guys have an interesting eye here, of course, Eddie Hearn and Thierry Henry looking for the fight.
Curtis Jones was that.
And there I am.
Jason
Statham. Jason Statham.
Hamza Shiraz.
Daniel Dubois.
So, cuts are a problem. The right eye of Ekow Essuman is an issue. First half of this fight, all Jack Catterall. Knocked down, remember, in the 4th. He's a mile ahead on points, but Essuman's not finished. He's come back really well in the last 5-6 minutes, and he's narrowed the gap on Carl's card.
He's had a couple of good rounds, hasn't he, Essuman?
He has. Carl tightening things up. Essuman, I mean, unbelievable if he can come back and win this.
Absolutely. I mean, he was getting comprehensively beaten up really at the start, and he was hurt a number of times. And look at the state of his face, but he's pushing forward, as we know Ekow can do. Such a fit, brave man. And I give him a last 2 rounds. Jack's going to have to dig in deep here to try and just stop the momentum of Ekow.
It feels, Carl, as though Jack Catterall's going for the stoppage tonight. Still.
Yeah, I think so. I think we heard that kind of instruction from Bozy in the corner that he wants him to kind of, he can go out and stop him if he puts things together a little bit more, but this is the most exciting round that Jack can see right away. Where's that? He's getting hit in the first bit.
Yeah, thanks, Carl. Just walks onto one there, Catterall, and Ekow Essuman will not go away.
Good shot there from Essuman, half blocked there by Catterall, but a weighty left hook. Just maintaining that pressure here, Essuman.
He's done so well, hasn't he, Essuman? The way he's come back, the way he was down, it looked as if he was going to struggle to get up, but the way he's rallied back here, very impressive.
I'm telling you, he's a real gladiator, a warrior, Ekow Essuman. He's known for it in Nottingham, his dedication, his will to win at the age of 36. He's been around a long time. He was on Team GB years ago, but he's found form at this stage, and he doesn't want it to go.
He looks troubled here, Catterall. I don't mean like hurt, just as like whether the cut's bothering it, no, affecting him in any way, I'm not quite sure, but just looks like he's lacking a bit of confidence here.
Again, I really feel he needs to go long with that left. Really get round that right hand of Essuman and just target the eye.
That's better.
And when he puts his combinations together, Jack Catterall, he can look fabulous, but certainly more rickety than he was in the first 4 or 5 rounds, dabs at the cut.
And you can admire your work either with Essuman, but if you hold your feet for longer than a second, he jumps on you with punches like this.
That's the physicality of Essuman coming into play down the stretch. The championship rounds. Is there a way back for the engine? He's still revving. He's still going strong, but Catterall there. Again, let's get backstage. Nigel Benn.
Backstage with Mr. Nigel Benn. Nigel, in the build-up to this rematch, and particularly today, what's been your main message to your son, Conor Benn?
Actually, nothing. This camp has been the best camp ever. You know, he's just so relaxed, so confident, and but the training-wise is his mindset that's you're going to see tonight.
Win, lose or draw, how proud are you of your son?
When he wins, I don't see him losing this fight. I think between 1-3 or 3-6. I believe that watching how he's been training, his mindset, I'm very proud of him because he's a dedicated trainer and a dedicated fighter, mate. He's unbelievable.
Just finally, what will it mean to get that win for the Benns over the Eubanks?
Yeah, because the dad's a pain in the rear. I mean, yeah, you know, I think sometimes it's all about him, his show, not his son's show. It's all about him. Oh, he does mind that in this guy, but you know, and I know Colin's going to get the win. You know what I mean?
Good luck, Nigel. Enjoy tonight.
Will do, mate. Bye.
Says it as it is. Nigel Benn, always why we love him. Yeah, and Connor's the same there. Heart on the sleeve type guys. Of course, he has a lot of faith in his son. They're very, very close. Wonderful to see Nigel. I've just had a message from Stephen Bunting, the top darts player, who says, wow, Thierry Henry and Jason Statham, two legends at ringside. This is really attracting, isn't it? This matchup.
And Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie's turned up. Barry Jones is here. I mean,
it's crazy.
It's a who's who.
I like to skip back.
I like to see Curtis Jones there. Great Liverpool player.
James Bond as well.
And Rick Reno in his gold. Everybody's here at ringside. Jack Catterall, well, he looked brilliant, didn't he? First 5-6 rounds, but Ekow Essuman's back in this big time. He's closed the gap and he's got 4 rounds. 5 2 halves.
It has been so far, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's good work there from Essuman. Lovely, well, again, the rhythm.
Yeah, he doesn't load up with the shots, does he?
And it wasn't fast, but it just boom, boom, boom. And it's taking a step every time he lets his hands go.
You sort of throw a jab, half a step, then he'll throw the right hand.
Nice work from Catterall there, just off balance. Ekow Essuman.
Good jab again there from Essuman.
This is where Essuman wants Catterall. Right up against the ropes.
He's got throw. I was about to say, we'd like to see him throw that left uppercut a little bit more, Catterall. Take a little step back, then throw the shot right through the middle. Yeah, and that eye is really starting to close now.
But it's not affecting him, but yet the cut, I think, of Catterall is really bothering him.
Wings one into the body, trying to slow Catterall down in this neutral corner. Here's the physical strength of Essuman, and it will test Jack Catterall's tank in his training camp. Skills pay the bills, but sometimes these 12-round championship matches are hard and grueling.
And mentally as well, if you weren't expecting a tough fight, if you thought you were going to dominate, certainly if you were dominating, and then the fight gets switched on his head, how you cope with that at certain stages of your career, it can affect you differently.
Non-stop pressure.
That's what he's all about, Ekow Essuman, and there's a spring to his step. Don't forget, it's not just live boxing here on DAZN. We've got a host of great shows focused on the fight game, including Inside the Ring. Join Max Kellerman, Mike Coppinger, and a host of special guests every Monday only on DAZN.
There he is, James Bond.
He is.
Pierce Brosnan, unbelievable.
Pierce Brosnan was at Naz Kelly in December 1997 when he was Bond, I think. I remember he was there, Donald Trump was there. Boxing just attracts people. Jack Nicholson's been in a lot. Meg Ryan, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, the big stars. Leonardo DiCaprio, watched Floyd Mayweather all the time, but they're really attracted to this wonderful sport, and I think boxing and cinema just blends, doesn't it? Not just Rocky, Raging Bull, and all the great films.
And the narrative, obviously, surrounding this fight, and we're going to miss it, you know.
And Baby Spice just sat down.
Your favourite spot?
Baby Spice. Emma Bunton.
Emma Bunton at ringside as well. The music world, the sporting world, the movie world, and the hardcore people like you and Barry.
And I'm enjoying this fight, I'm telling you, this is really good, the way Essuman's rallied back, and I wonder if Jack Catterall's feeling the pace, you know, really letting shots go, which is, you'd have to say, a little alien to him in his contests of the past.
Do you know what, Darren? I've enjoyed the whole night so far.
Really good. But
really
we
good
knew
action.
that, Adam, didn't we? When we looked at this card as soon as it was announced, we knew it was going to be good. it's delivered.
Mikey Talon looked excellent, got the stoppage late, didn't he? It was a big win for Ishmael Davis after the close calls and his dedication to the sport. Richard Riakpo, big stoppage win at heavyweight, and Adam Azeem with a super performance in front of His Excellency, and the icing on the cake in the 12th round. And this one, well, Catterall looked like he was cruising to victory, but I'll tell you what, never underestimate this man.
He's catching up, isn't he, Essuman? Look at the shots
Ball
now.
blue now.
Yeah.
Wonder how the judges are seeing things. Remember, there's that 10-8 round in the 4th in Catterall's favour, as well as the ones that he picked off with his boxing skills, and this is good again from Catterall.
Yeah, good solid left hand on pipe there from Catterall, but look at this from Essuman again. Again, you
just bundles him out of the ring, and that can't be pleasant at all. We saw it with Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron, and I mean, you don't need that, do you?
I think Catterall's knackered.
And that's a problem against Ekow Essuman in the 10th round. It's a big problem.
Do you think it was the start, Barry?
No, I think no, because I don't think he was being pushed too fast. I know he was doing more than we used to, but I think he was boxing within himself in many ways. I think those 2 rounds he took his foot off the gas when he had a chance to maybe close the show, and you let a fight in coasting. You know, it wasn't quite coasting, but that sort of scenario, that whole mindset of something else changed. The momentum changes, and it's hard to get it back.
He had a nice white hook there, Catterall.
I think he's still finding quality punches, but he is digging deep here because of the work rate and the pressure of Ekow Essuman, and also the sort of will to win.
Yeah, the hustle. That's what it is.
And he's not felt sorry for himself, has he? At all.
No.
But it's all about Tottenham, or is it about Arsenal? The legends here, Thierry Henry with Jamie.
Okay, absolutely. The legends are ringside. Thierry Henry. Thierry, yes. Behind enemy lines here tonight at Tottenham Hotspur, but more importantly, here as a fan, a fight fan, what do you love about the sport of boxing?
Well, everything about it, the commitment, the discipline, you know, and if we talk about the fight that we're going to see soon, you know, that the first one brought me back into watching boxing, the story, the dads, the hate, the love after. We saw the exact same thing again, so hopefully it's going to be a great fight. Who
were some of your boxers that you looked up to? You said you used to watch it with your dad. Who were some of you looked up to?
I'm going to stay in my lane. I mean, my dad's favorite was Mike Tyson, so I grew up loving Mike Tyson. If I can say the way, you know, it was almost unreal the way he used to, with his eye, get into the body of the opponent, and those shots, you know, body shot that he used to have and jump to punch someone. It was just crazy. So I never saw him, obviously, only on TV, but what a fighter he was.
Scary man indeed. Thierry Henry, thank you so much and enjoy tonight.
What a fighter Mike Tyson was, what a footballer Thierry Henry was. Absolutely incredible. Arguably, well, top 1, 2, 3 in the Premier League. Just walks into a shot though, Ekow Essuman, and after he was told to break, he goes down. He was hurt before. There was a break, and then he was hit. What's going to happen here, John Latham?
Well, nothing, but if Essuman gets stopped now, there's an issue there because he'll say he got caught.
Well, he's going for it, Jack Catterall, and he's down, and now it's Essuman who's out, and he's not going to make that. Jack Catterall wins by stoppage. Barry said it, there'll be a little bit of controversy because of what happened about 30 seconds or so again when Catterall caught Ekow Essuman after the break, I think, but he jumped on him and got the win. He's not celebrating.
No, well, Essuman's still out of the ring here, man. Just been seen to by the medics.
It's been a long, hard fight, and the most important thing is that the paramedics and the brilliant attention of the doctors goes straight to Ekow Essuman, who's given everything tonight. Jack Catterall doesn't celebrate, very respectful, a strange last minute there.
Yeah, I need to see that back, but you feel for Essuman, who was really clawing it back slightly, wasn't he? Well, not slightly, he really was. But he's hurt, he really is. But Catterall, he found the shot, regardless of what happened earlier.
Getting the best possible treatment, Ekow Essuman. Some concerns on the face of Sam Jones and Jack Catterall. One of the great guys in British boxing, Ekow Essuman, and what a last 3 or 4 rounds he was having. And then he went down and he shouldn't have gone down.
No, he took a shot. I think he took a shot when he first went down.
Just before that?
I think so. We have to see it again, but I think so. And then when he sort of gets up, the referee sort of goes to intervene, like either he was going to start the count or said it was a slip. But then as he does that, Catterall throws another couple of punches, and Essuman's hands were down. And then I said there could be a problem here if he gets hurt and he's up on his feet here, Essuman. That's a really good sign.
Yeah, he's up on his feet. He was tumbled out of the ring. Catterall was out the ring the other side. We've had everything in this fight. He's on the stool, and that's good to see. Precautionary stuff, making sure that Ekow is okay. That's what matters. The gladiators that have given everything, and it was quite a fight, boys.
Yeah, and it looks harrowing because they give him oxygen when they're on the floor, but it's compulsory and they have to do that, so it always looks sometimes worse than what it could be, but it's just in case. Give him oxygen, get them all, make sure they're all okay before you get them sat up and see how they are then.
Well, look, we'll see the replay shortly, but he needed to find a change of pace, didn't he, Catterall, and he did at the end there. Yeah, he's on his feet, Essuman, and that is good to see. You feel for him, you really do. What an effort. What a way to rally back.
That's right. And again, with Catterall, it's always hard to gauge him. He can be brilliant, frustrating, and sometimes average all at the same time. I mean, he's quite an enigma in himself. He's a world-class fighter when he's on song. But that was a fight. That was a fight of two halves there, when he was brilliant and then not so good.
Absolutely. First 4 or 5 rounds looked like he was going to become a world champion anytime soon. Ekow Essuman, how brave was he to get up off the canvas in the 4th round after that heavy fall, came back at him. This is what happened towards the end.
Oh no, he slipped there.
He slipped, and then, as the referee was trying to break them, he catches him. That's unlucky for Essuman.
And it's hard to who's the fault. I don't know. That first right hook's a good shot on the temple.
Is the ref getting quick enough?
And also, see there, the referee's too far out. If the referee said break, then Essuman's in with his right to complain now. But if he didn't,
and then he just goes through the gears, doesn't he? Doesn't stop and finds that lovely right hook, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's that right hook over the top there. That started the damage.
Oh, and then again, yeah. Oh, look, 2 shots. I mean, the last few are unanswered.
And that nasty tumble out of the
face
ring.
down.
Yeah. And the paramedics, everyone's done absolutely brilliant for Ekow Essuman. It was a grueling, tough fight. Just want to make sure that he's okay. Jack Catterall wanted the stoppage win. I think he did earlier, and then he went off the boil. Ekow Essuman came back, but when he had his moment, the predatory instincts.
Yeah, and I think he can really build from that contest. I do, that result. Early on, he looked very good. He's shown there that, you know, he was up against it, the pace was going against him, and he was being outworked, but then he found a flurry, didn't they? But look at the respect there. He would have been worried, Catterall. He see that he was down face first, and he'll be relieved.
Yeah, both good guys, both great warriors. Jack Catterall gets the victory over Ekow Essuman. Meanwhile, so much more still ahead. We're picking on this one of such an amazing card in Riyadh next week. Ring 4, Night of the Champions. Devon Haney against the undefeated Brian Norman, who really fancies this cracker. So many headline fights live on DAZN a week today. That's Ring 4. In the ring now, Jack Catterall wins a war with Ekow Essuman. What a good fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 50 seconds of round number 11. Our referee in charge, John Latham, waves it off. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout and new WBO Global Welterweight Champion, Jack Catterall.
Great respect between the former sparring partners who gave us a terrific tussle. And it's Jack Catterall that moves on. He looked utterly world-class in the first 5 rounds. Ekow Essuman came back. What a warrior. The engine from Nottingham. He's not finished, but it's Catterall who takes the opportunity, and it's another stoppage win on this cracking night in North London.